charged Jesus with sedition. Didn't they do that? They said he was beast. They said he was discriminate because he told his disciples go not the way of the Gentiles, but rather God's sheep. He discriminated. Don't go near the Gentiles. Go to the lost. Don't go near the Gentiles. Go to the lost sheep. Go to the oppressed. That's right.
Our forefathers weren't the Pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us.
Really nothing but an antisocial gangster.
He is a sort of gangster, you know, because this is a gangster story, but a gangster with a difference because this is a gangster with a conscience.
I don't need no gun to do my thing. Mao Zedong said that power grows out the barrel of a gun. He never said that power was a gun. That's why I don't need no gun to do my thing. What I need is some freedom. What I need is the power to determine my destiny.
These lines, rapping about a life that they never live. Realize these streets crying for a miracle. I'm on fire, I am a miracle. These niggas lying, rapping about a life that they never live. That's why hip-hop's dying. These streets crying for a miracle. I'm on fire, I never die. I am a miracle. These niggas lying, rapping about a life that they never live. Realize these streets crying for a miracle. I'm on fire, I never die.
Yo. Peace to the tribes, peace to the tribes. You already know what it is, man. It's the Incredible Hawk. Hold on, man. Let me put something on this other TV, too. We're just going to give everybody a chance to get in, man. We also broadcasting live on at Clubhouse, you know what I'm talking about, Aboriginal America. You know what I'm talking about? That's America with a Q, you know, the tribe. So, let me get this here. What we doing tonight? Oh, yeah, that's right. Debunking the Diary of Admiral Richard Byrd. Gonna take a look at this, man. Seems to be a hot topic. So we're gonna take a Hawk's view and see what we see. Oh yeah, I don't know if I named it. Did I name it Freemasonry on Ice? That's what it is, nigga. Freemasonry on Ice, motherfuckers. Let me share this shit, man. Share the live stream, man. If you on YouTube, Hawk School, you already know the vibe, man. Go and share the live. If you on Aboriginal America, share the live. If you on where else is we goddamn broadcasting live? Clubhouse, that's right. And don't forget, tomorrow is National Incredible Hawk Day, 7/13. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga made it. Another one. You know, I never get tired of turning 30. It's a blessing every time it happens, you know what I'm saying? I've been 30 enough times to know what 30 is, so I don't need anybody questioning me, you know what I'm talking about? Let's do this one. Yeah. When you turn 30 as many times as I have, you know what 30 look like, you know what I mean? So, peace to the tribes, man. Shout out everybody tuned in, man. We just gonna let everybody get in here, man. Share the stream, you know what I mean? And, you already know, hold on, man. You know what we gotta do, man, before we get started. I just try to, you know, tap in and let you know I'm here, man. That shit ain't no test. But, you know, we can't get it going without a little of this here.
They charged Jesus with sedition. Didn't they do that? They said he was against Caesar. They said he was discriminating because he told his disciples, go not the way of the Gentiles, but rather go to the lost sheep. He discriminated. Don't go near the Gentiles, go to the lost sheep. Go to the oppressed.
That's right, that's right, that's right. Ride, 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 ride. Let me by when you see me ride. Don't you see me switching lanes? Bitch ass niggas switch sides. Don't hate the riders, hate the game. Don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate me, man. Don't hate ass niggas switching sides. Don't you see me switching lanes? Let me by when you see me ride. Don't you see me switching lanes? Bitch ass niggas switching sides. Don't hate the riders, hate the game. Don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate me, man. Don't hate ass niggas switching sides. Don't you see me switching lanes? This king shit, fuck chains, man. Give me gold bars and gold crowns. If a pimp's up, these hoes down. Housewives turn porn star. These hoes go too far. I'm guru, this gangsta. St. Louis don't fight fair. Put bullet holes in your paint job. Fake hoes get exposed. Eat bitch niggas like takeout. Hate the game, don't hate the riders. They watch us like a stakeout. Lurking on my Instagram. Is that what all that hate about? You acting like I give a damn. Like I don't know these hoes foul. Okay, I'm reloaded. Who wants a war now? Knock, knock, better open up, or we gon' kick the door down. Pine lines stay soldiered up, nigga, you can ask the whole town. I walk on water like Black Jesus, it's rider season. Let me by when you see me ride. Don't you see me switching lanes? Bitch ass niggas switch sides. Don't hate the riders, hate the game. Don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate me, man. Don't hate ass niggas switching sides. Don't you see me switching lanes? Let me by when you see me ride. Don't you see me switching lanes? Bitch ass niggas switching sides. Don't hate the riders, hate the game. Don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate me, man. Don't hate ass niggas switching sides. Don't you see me switching lanes? I'm 100 in any lane, like the neurosurgeon get plenty brain. I'm plenty high, you know how we ride. Don't you see me switching lanes? I'm out my mind like insane. It's my time and I'm not playing. I buried a pharaoh in hot sand. Don't they know this God's land? Fire water, they see me ride. Don't they know this God's plan? If you ain't about it, don't talk about it. Look, bro, that's all that I'm saying. Minivan full of contraband. 415 like a marching band. Got a sweet 16, 500 grams. Wake up now, nigga, not the scam. Wild child, nigga, Taliban. Got a wild style like a spray can. Niggas fake like spray tan. Bitches shady like Ray-Bans. I'm unpersuaded, I can't be faded. I'm underrated, I gotta shine. Fuck the clock, boy, fuck your watch. Ride or die, nigga, now it's time. Let me by when you see me ride. Don't you see me switching lanes? Bitch ass niggas switch sides. Don't hate the riders, hate the game. Don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate me, man. Don't hate ass niggas switching sides. Don't you see me switching lanes? Let me by when you see me ride. Don't you see me switching lanes? Bitch ass niggas switching sides. Don't hate the riders, hate the game. Don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate the riders, don't hate me, man. Don't hate ass niggas switching sides. Don't you see me switching lanes?
Isn't it obvious? Well, that is obvious, but we don't know if it's obvious that God is white. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Jesus did not have blonde hair and blue eyes. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the images of Jesus that are on prison walls and churches throughout the world are not historically correct, because history teaches us that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color. There's proof in the very Bible that you asked us to read in Revelation 1st chapter, verse 14 and 15, that Jesus had hair like wool and feet the color.
Yo. Yo. Peace to the tribes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nigga. National Hawk Day. What you mean? Shout out, yeah, St. Louis, STL. I see you in the chat. Tribe. You already know what it is, St. Lulu. And all my St. Louis niggas know we celebrate birthday months in St. Louis. So I could have been goddamn turning up on y'all. I've been kind of laying low. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell me in the chat, nigga. Birthday month, nigga. Whole month, nigga. We get the whole month, St. Louis. Fuck you mean? When niggas survive in St. Louis, shit, you deserve to have a goddamn month-long birthday. Fuck you mean? I'm on mama. Need to put a little more of this medicine in the grinder, you know what I'm talking about? We get it going. Shout out to everybody tuned in, man. Don't take much, you know. We ain't gotta have no huge class. We ain't tripping. We gonna drop these jewels real quick. I can't say I learned a lot, you know. As usual, I tend to, you know, see what everybody talking about, see what's on everybody's mind. And then, you know, I hawk on down, see what's popping. Baltimore in the building, Tribe, I see you. Be more. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, we're gonna talk about this Dick Byrd shit. Pause. That's a nigga name, bro. But we're gonna see what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's kind of like how did the shit go? A domino effect. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker believe one thing, then you believe one thing, and then you believe one thing, and then you believe one thing. And before you know it, you believe all this shit. But you don't even know where the one thing started from. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I be hawking them down. Where did all this shit come from? Somebody in the chat tell me. Where did it even come from? Where did this concept come from? Like, when was it being promoted? Now, of course, the Iroquois do say their ancestors came from the inner earth. You know what I'm talking about? So that's really what the conversation is about. The secret land. Because once you get to diving in, you realize that the whole Admiral Byrd thing and the South Pole and whatnot, this is really the quote-unquote conspiracy of it is more so based on the hollow earth concept. Let me get some bows and arrows in the chat, man, if you can hear me loud and clear, man. Let me get a mic check in this motherfucker, man. Mic check, 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 mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Yeah, I think that's better. So, I think we'll start it off with, you know how I do it, man. We got, if nothing else, you definitely gonna learn some shit. And you're gonna learn, oh yeah, you didn't know about the bones. Should we start there? We got some articles, we got some videos, we got some books, you know, all the good shit, man, all the fly shit, man. Big research going on over here, man. Welcome to the tribe, man. You know, this is Hawk School for the gifted and the elect, you know. We're also broadcasting live on Aboriginal America YouTube, America with a Q, also on Clubhouse, you know what I mean? This is the Incredible Hawk. And tomorrow is National Incredible Hawk Day. You know what I mean? Damn, man, I had some new, a new motherfucking clip, too. I wonder if I forgot to upload that bitch. Let me see. Yeah, I did, man. It's all right, I'm about to save it. It was hilarious, man. You know what I'm saying? It was hilarious, but it still is hilarious. I digress. So let's talk about the bones. Maybe it's too soon. Put some bows and arrows in the chat if you know about the bones found in Antarctica, which from someone, a woman from Chile in her early 20s, thought to have died between 1819 and 1825. Oldest known human remains ever found in Antarctica. Put some bows and arrows in the chat if you know something about that. You know what I'm talking about. And then, of course, we're gonna get into the secret diary of Admiral Byrd. I mean, you can't debunk it if you ain't got it on deck. You know what I'm talking about? But we're just going to do some critical analysis. You know what I mean? What's this shit? Stock footage. It's also known as Little America. Isn't it interesting? So when they find another Eden, quote unquote, so-called, right? This is what is supposed to have occurred. Then it's Little America. It ain't little nowhere motherfucking else, my nigga. Because this is big America, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? So when they get done describing Little America and all this old quote unquote conspiracy, just remember we over here big Hawkin in big America. And don't you forget it, motherfuckers. Tribe. Let's check it out. We're gonna let the man himself speak. You know how we rocking. We ain't gonna talk for the nigga. Let him talk for himself.
It's time for the Longines Chronoscope, a television journal of the important issues of the hour, brought to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. A presentation of the Longines
to adventurous found out whether there was any drink. The North Pole used to be a no man's land, but these are the days when, by buying a ticket on a commercial airliner, you can fly across the North Pole and drink a cocktail at the same time. You know, only 70 or more years ago, about 35 years ago, our guest tonight found out whether there was any land north of the North American continent. He made that first discovery flight, and I must say that Admiral Byrd, our guest tonight, is not only our greatest living explorer, but he's been an inspiration to countless Americans. Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Well,
Admiral, do you hope to see that?
I do.
Well, Admiral,
Yeah.
would you say that since you've been to both the extremities of Earth, are these expeditions to such far-off places, are they getting easier because of modern techniques, or is danger still close at hand?
Well, it's a little risky, but nothing like it used to be with the old slow planes and the small cruising radius where we had to put down bases. We replaced the dog teams, and of course that was a big improvement. But now the planes go much faster and they are safer, and they have a much bigger cruising radius. You haven't got the danger of a terribly heavy load.
Admiral, an expedition to which I believe you're the advisor is now en route. What is that expedition doing?
Well, that's the icebreaker Anarctica, and it's a reconnaissance expedition. It's going down to the South Pole area to make...
All right, let's take a little break here. It's kind of monotonous looking at these grays. There's a gray right there. Y'all looking for them. There they go. There's a gray. My granddaddy used to call Europeans gray boys. Them gray boys looking for you. That was when they was on my goddamn heels. That's them hot boys. I digress. Because, you know, we can't just zoom past certain things because, you know, niggas will want to debate you and all types of shit. And they listening to motherfuckers say words they don't even know what they mean. It's a very interesting, I don't know what to call it. what's a legend, maybe? Legendary. They said Admiral Byrd, here's a fun fact that I learned. He was the only person that ever received 3, not 1, but 3 ticket day parades. So I'm like, damn, this nigga heavy. So here's etymology.com, because they went on several reconnaissance missions. Okay, so let's just make sure we're all on board. Preliminary examination or survey, specifically an examination of a territory or enemy position. Let me read a little slower. I forgot we're on Clubhouse and they can't see things. So, according to Etymology Online, reconnaissance, noun, preliminary examination or survey, specifically an examination of a territory or enemy position with a view to directing military operations. 1810, a word from the Napoleonic Wars, from French reconnaissance, act of surveying, literally recognition, from Old French, blah, 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 blah. All right, so, you're on a military mission. This boy like a straight gray alien, man. Put some goddamn aliens in the chat. If this nigga here, old Dick Byrd, looks like goddamn gray.
Certain observations and to look for some bases. They will be back in April, and it's a reconnaissance expedition. It's going down to the South Pole area to make certain observations and to look for some bases. They will be back in April, and they will report back, and upon the information we get from that undertaking, we will base the bigger expedition that's to follow.
Is that very definitely planned, or is that...
that is being planned.
So they go on looking for bases anyway. But we're gonna get the diary. I got the diary. And we're gonna got yeah, that boy look like a straight gray. I got the diary, I'm gonna put it in the chat. And you know. The diary is very intriguing. It had me goddamn. I was all aboard. All aboard the goddamn tinfoil train. Had my hat on and everything. But let's let the motherfucking grays talk, because I think the only alien in motherfucking Antarctica is talking now.
So I'm willing to say to you that there will be a number of expeditions that will follow, I think, year after year, at the bottom of the world, because the government has really become interested.
Well, Admiral Byrd, I can understand. I think everybody can, the interest in the North Pole, because it's so near our greatest challenger, Soviet Russia. But why this interest in the bottom Soviet Russia? But why
has really become interested?
Well, Admiral Byrd, I can understand. I think everybody can, the interest in the North Pole, because it's so near our greatest challenger, Soviet Russia. But why this interest in the bottom of the world? Nobody living down there, is there?
No, it's pretty cold. There's only one permanent resident, that's the emperor penguin. The little ones live further north. I tell you one reason they're interested. It's by far...
Well, nobody living down there, is there?
No, it's pretty cold. There's only one permanent resident, that's the emperor penguin. The little ones live...
Emperor Penguin is down there. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into all of it. You know, we're gonna have fun with it. Here, let's take a break from that. I don't want to, spoil it for everybody. Let's take a look at this Middle Earth map. That should get you going. Get your tinfoil hat out. You know what I mean? You don't know about this, do you? This is, what is this book? More fucking weirdo shit. There's another map. Where is this book, man? Hold on. Because I really got to explain everything since we on the Clubhouse shit, too. Let me let you know what I'm talking about and shit. Hold on. All right, so yeah, the goddess of Vatabar by William R. Bradshaw. And that book was actually published, what did it say? Because this is a recording. So just a little bit, it says The Goddess of Vatabar by William Richard Bradshaw. An accident during a polar expedition leads the crew of the Polar King to the discovery of an entire world within the Earth. Within the entire realm lies a vast ocean with continents and civilizations unknown to the outside world. The societies within possess new technologies and magics unknown to the outside world, and these are lovingly described in great detail by the author. The crew proceed to explore and in true Victorian fashion, then conquer the New World. An extraordinary feat of imagination and inventiveness by this obscure author. Summary by Nigel Fisher. So yeah, this obscure author, William Richard Bradshaw. Where is the, I thought I had the, hold on 1 second here, because I thought I had the actual book. That's what I want the book, see. Because it's supposed to be it say on the cover like it's highly illustrated. I ain't download the cover. Hold on, I'll find it real quick so you can see what it looked like. In case you want to go grab it, you know what I'm saying? Pause. Hey man, but you know what? Studying this shit took me on a wild ass rabbit hole, bro. I'm gonna do a live build on some shit that I might not even put it on Aboriginal America because this shit is just some Hawk School shit, just some Hawkin shit, bro. It's coming up, man. So next live is called Choose Your Own Adventure, and we're just gonna call it that for right now. But yeah, so let's just get some images of this book because this book is plays a part in this whole thing. You know, this will get motherfuckers going, man. So yeah, here. If you can't see it on Clubhouse, that's because you're on Clubhouse. So you can check it out on YouTube at a later time, or you can check it out now. That's on Hawk School or on Aboriginal America with a cube, tribe. So yes, the goddess of Vatabar, or the history of the discovery of the interior world. The Aryan origin of alphabet, blah, blah. Okay, you see what comes up. This all shit ought to go together, right? According to the bots. Respect to the bots, you know, shout out to the AI, man. Appreciate what y'all doing, man, for the world. Really wish y'all would, you know, check my motherfucking Wi-Fi and shit, you know, and get in there credit all the way A1. That's all I ask. Shout out Sophia, Siri, whole gang, whole tribe. All right, yeah. So this is one of the books from not one of the books, but one of the images from this book. So we can see it's very how would one say it, occultic. There's some very obvious things being portrayed here. Of course, we have the as above, so below. Ooh, creepy looking ass nigga. It says, on the throne sat the supreme goddess Lion, the representative of Harakar, the holy soul. Okay, so it's a whole bunch of good old weirdo shit in there. And you know, they really into it. It's not a game. Shit getting weird, man. Before you know it, gonna be goddamn witches looking at me through the mirror. So I don't want to go too deep, cause this shit kind of leads you down a goddamn real creepy rabbit hole. Yeah, so yeah, the goddess of Vatabar. So you can see who she is. For all my woke niggas and all my what's the word I'm looking for? Occultists. And of course, just because you hear the word occult in it, don't get all creeped out. It just means hidden. So, you know, and that's all we do when we hawking is, you know, show you what's hidden. So yeah, that's the map. But what's interesting is if you look at this map, and the reason I wanted you to see it is because you have the whole world on one side, and you have on the other side of this map North America, New York, Mexico, and South America. Which is very interesting. Have an ice barrier here. It says ice barrier. It's North Pole. 500 miles. And on the opposite side, you have Siberia, China, India, and Australia. I guess this is what the inside. Bibli-mit something. I don't want to be calling no motherfuckers, having them pulling up on me, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, isn't this interesting? How ain't nothing but niggas on this side of the ice? For lack of better terms. Don't forget to join the club on Clubhouse. Aboriginal America, man. It's a campaign, man. This is a campaign for the paradigm shift. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to let it be known. Big woke. We ain't faking. We ain't looking at shit with. We ain't going to let no motherfucker tell us nothing about nothing that we ain't checking on. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll get back to Gigi, the goddess of Avatar. Yeah, her. And we'll let this nigga finish talking about Emperor Penguin and shit, and then we'll move on.
Our greatest challenger will be Russia. But why this interest in the bottom of the world? Nobody living down there, is there?
No, it's pretty cold. There's only one permanent resident, that's the Emperor Penguin. The little ones live further north. I tell you one reason they're interested. It's by far the most valuable, important place left in the world for science. That's why the scientific groups all over the nation are really interested. But more important than that, it has to do with the future of the nation, those to come after us, or even during your lifetime. Because it happens to be an untouched reservoir of natural resources. And, you know, as the world shrinks with an ever-increasing acceleration, far-flung places, once useless, like we thought the North Pole was, and no man's land, become very useful. The bottom of the world will be important, not only to us, but to our allies.
I was going to ask you, does it have military importance?
It has some, and as the world shrinks, it will continue to shrink with an ever-increasing acceleration, thus bringing these places closer. And in the future, I can see a time when it will be very, very important strategically.
Well, has the development of air power increased the strategic importance of places like the
very much
Parma
so.
Peninsula, we'll say?
Very much so. Even now, if anything happened and we lost the Panama Canal, we would have to control the islands just north of Antarctica, which are part of Antarctica, and between there and Cape Horn.
I've heard it said that there are 7 continents in the world, and one of them has never been.
I don't know what the fuck they doing, man. And kick me off my stream. Hold on. I guess that means it's time for a commercial. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got, y'all. Let me see what my favorite. Because you know what we doing. You know what I'm talking about? What we doing, y'all?
Giving you more of what you hoping for. You ain't hoping in the Lord, huh? You hoping in vain, material, superficial shit. That's why you can't see me, house niggas.
Tribe, we back. You know the vibe, man. They can't stop it. If you just tuned in, man, make sure you share the live stream. You know what we're doing, man. And let's just give them a quick reminder, if they just tuned in, that it's a nice topic. Why they keep muting my shit, man? Pause. So yeah, debunking the diary of Admiral Dick Byrd, Journey to the Secret Land. Let's go ahead and just read the diary. Where is it? If you're listening on Clubhouse, please share the, what they call it, the room, whatever the fuck. Journey to the Secret Land. Debunking the diary of Admiral Richard Byrd. So, I'm going to read this article here. What's it say? Well, this isn't an article. It's actually a website that posted the secret diary of Admiral Byrd. And I've checked several places, and it seems to be the same everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you what it is. I'm also going to provide it in the chat. And if you're checking us out later and we're no longer live, we will be, I'll post it in the description, tribe. So yeah, share it live. Let's get to it. Secret Diary of Admiral Byrd. Several years ago, a friend told me of an organization in Missouri that purportedly was selling a diary of Admiral Byrd's exploration of the North Pole. So I sent in an order to receive a copy of the book. It was a small booklet, but quite interesting. I do not know if the address is still good, but fortunately, someone posted the entire book, minus the pictures, of course, on internet, and Jan, somebody named, reprinted this in the Hollow Earth list. For those of you who may want your own copy, write to the Hollow Earth Society. Attention, Captain Wilhelm, whatever the fuck. It's an incredible tale, but I felt that the essence of the story was truthful and it gives the reader a good idea. So yeah, this is something put out by the Hollow Earth Society. This is, let's just get a refresher of who this is so we don't get it mixed up. What was this again? Where are they? Come on out. Where are you? Where are you, Hollow Earth Societyans? Societans? Societines? Where are you? Now, I'm just, showing you what I found. Wherever you, everybody's free to share their viewpoint. Oh, let's see what this video is. I thought it was a video. What did it say? The weird and the wonderful. Yeah, it says YouTube. Where is the video? I'm still kind of in flight on this shit.
Making
still
money
hawking. You know what I'm saying? We still hawking.
Commercial real estate these days.
Chill out, dog. Chill out, man. I'm doing something over here. Shut the fuck up. What I'm talking about?
Tom, next caller. You don't like it? Kiss my ass, you don't like it. It's my house.
It's only a 5-minute video. Let's see what they're talking about. I've never seen it before. It just came up. The goddess of yeah, her. What, does it have no sound?
Republican Party, known as its private. Richard Bradshaw was an American author and president of the New York Anti-Vivisection Society. Little is known of his private life. He was born in 1851 somewhere in Ireland. We are aware of his membership in the Republican Party, long-time residence in Queens, and of his work as editor on Literary Life and The Decorator magazines. He died in Flushing, New York in 1927. Though he is cited to have written several books, the only ones I could find under the name William R. Bradshaw outside of today's subject were books concerning the history of wallpaper and a pamphlet promoting cruise travel through Georgian Bay in Canada. Thusly, the only book we know that our William R. Bradshaw published was his 1892 The Goddess of Atvataba, being the history of the discovery of the interior world and conquest of Atvataba. The novel begins aboard the Polar King, a vessel at the command of Captain Lexington White, on an expedition set out to discover the North Pole, fitted out of White's own pocket following a fantastic inheritance he received upon his father's death, and inspired by a most recent U.S. polar expedition failing and meeting with disaster. We see the Polar King forcing its way through a chasm hewn in between titanic walls of ice. Then once they do get through, they name an island in honor of White, shoot a herd of wild oxen, only to then fall into a gigantic watery chasm in the form of a gigantic whirlpool that deposits them within an interior world, lit up by a perpendicular sun which never sets. Thusly, night is not known in this interior world, which is dubbed Plutusia by the new arrivals. Soon after their arrival, a couple of the local human population sneak aboard their ship, and upon being asked for a match by sailor Flat Hootley, and not delivering, the sailor decides to put them under lock and key. But the artificial wings on their back manage to aid them in their escape. Later on, the company manages to seize one of the flying men regardless, and manage to find out that the interior of the world consists of the kingdom of Atvataba, ruled by King Aldemegri Bolmakar. Following the crew learning the language of Atvataba, the Polar King makes its way to the port city of Kioram, where it is received by a fleet of ships carrying a minister of the royal government to give them an official welcome. The reception parade, however, gets interrupted by an accident where one of the giant metal ostriches, walking machines used by the locals, called a Bokokid, runs amok, ramming into the musicians employed at the reception before the local police manage to deactivate it. While at Kyoram, the party visits the temple of Rakamadeva, the sacred locomotive, a train elevated to godhood and reserved for the king and nobility. Using this train,
Hold on. Because he's showing the pictures. Hey, and I was finna get into that, the metal ostriches, but when I seen the pictures, I was like, maybe this ain't this same book. But apparently it is. He was gonna speed past that shit too. Goddamn, you can't speed past the metal ostriches, shouted. Hold on, man. So, because I mean, all this shit go together, my nigga. Little do you know. So, hey man, you don't even know what motivate motherfuckers, because you remember now, back in these days, it wasn't no motherfucking internet. Nigga, if the nigga had the goddess of the Advatabar book, nigga, you didn't have that shit. I was just watching some shit. Hold on, where is that shit? It's kind of off topic, but on topic. Where is it? Like, shit was just different, man. Let's pause. That's 2 minutes in. Where is a playlist? Yeah, man. I had to go live at this time, man, just because according to analytics, it's what time my viewers are watching the videos. So, where is this footage with I got mad footage and shit. All this nigga shit, like, pause. They killed the nigga dog, you know what I'm saying? Well, the nigga dog was named Alaska. They killed one of the nigga dogs. What's this? Yeah, they killed this dog. No, but what I was wanting to show y'all, there was some motherfuckers like, they was just going to the window, standing at the window. I think it was the parade or some shit. And it just reminded me of motherfuckers going live. Like, because they didn't have a, what is it?
A house or a laptop?
And they didn't have neither one of them, dog, but I'm trying to do something right now. They didn't have the internet and shit, so they was going live a different kind of way. Like, they was going and standing in their window. You know what I'm saying? It was like mad motherfuckers coming, and it was like a hotel, and motherfuckers just standing in their window. And they was like, it was like they was going live, but that was like their way of doing it. But, you know, shit was just different. That's the moral of the story. But let's let them finish, man, talking about where all this comes from, because, you know, you have to ask yourself what motivates people to do things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is a lot of strange shit when you look at Antarctica and all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you even got the goddamn milkman. You know about first milkman in Antarctica? It's all kinds of crazy shit going on over there. Yeah, nigga. But see, this is part of the expedition. This is how the nigga was getting funded. You know what I'm saying? Because he was having motherfuckers. Where is it? I'm gonna fast forward. They took the cows to Antarctica with them. So look, then
in his role as the first.
So if y'all really know what's going on, bro, this shit is deep, man. I don't know. This shit might be over some of y'all head, man. I ain't even gonna cap. I don't know if you can even see the big picture. You know what I'm saying? For what I'm showing you. Let's see what this is.
And all of that stuff. The man who was put in charge of the cows, his name was Edgar Cox, and it is well documented in the Byrd collection about Edgar Cox and his role as the first dairyman in Antarctica. He had a nickname too, the first milkman in Antarctica. But Mr. Cox's family donated some material to this, to our collection. He returned from Antarctica. He went on a lot of these cows in Antarctica, and for Byrd to have caring for these cows in Antarctica.
That's never been seen by a woman, and that's Antarctica. Is that actually true?
Oh yeah, y'all couldn't even hear me. I'm getting too far ahead of myself, man. I was trying to show y'all the goddamn Hathor, and apparently when I said that, my goddamn mic, I look up and the motherfucker muted because I showed y'all this bitch. I'm letting you know this why a nigga taking cows over there. Talking about for the milk and shit. But it was also for, because they promoted the nigga expedition. They put money on it. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers taking crates of motherfucking cows to goddamn Antarctica. And you know that's, you know what goes better with what I'm just talking about right now? Because y'all like, this nigga crazy, man. This nigga just be saying everything. So let's go to, what article? let's go to this. Matter of fact, let's go to this before. You know what I'm saying? Just to remind niggas.
Motherfucker, ain't no corrupt communication. You know what the corrupt communication is? That's when you talk about the devil. He the devil. Your motherfucking communication is corrupted. Tom, next caller. You don't like it? Kiss my ass, you don't like it. It's my house.
Thank you, Reverend X. Get them niggas motherfucking mind right. Share the live, man. We got a couple seats empty. Apparently the fucking agent, provocateur ass niggas and goddamn dropped out the motherfucking stream. Because they don't think we talking about nothing too heavy. Gonna get us locked up. Of course not, stupid. We just talking about goddamn penguins and ice and snow and shit. I ain't said nothing. Freemasonry on ice was just a joke. Right? Yo, peace to the tribes, man. My bad. Share the live, man. Let me finish talking about this goddamn gray. Fucking. So apparently it's like all types of shit down in the hollow earth, nigga. Robotic ostriches, giants, Nazis, robotic ostriches and goddesses. Damn, man. I thought I goddamn screenshotted that shit. Where is it at, man? I wanted to read something to y'all before I got to that. All right, man. I'm on my hot shit. Yeah, I'm going to read the diary. Be cool, man. Check this out. Okay, so the bones that could shape Antarctica's fate, blah, blah, blah. This is from the BBC.com. So this is your source. In 30 years' time, the treaty that maintains harmony in Antarctica will be up for review. Could archaeological discoveries there influence the continent's future? In 1985, a unique skull was discovered lying on Yamana Beach at Cape Sheriff, looks like Sharif to me, but in Antarctica's South Shetlands Island. It belonged to an indigenous woman from the southern Chile in her early 20s. Thought to have died between 1819 and 1825, it was the oldest known human remains ever found in Antarctica. The location of the discovered skull was unexpected. It was found at a beach camp by sealers in the early 19th century, near remnants of her femur bone. Yet female sealers were unheard of. There are no surviving documents explaining how or why a young woman came to be in Antarctica during this era. Now, at nearly 200 years old, the skull is thought to align with the beginning of the first known landings in Antarctica. Blah, 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 blah. The Yamana Beach skull was a significant find and not just for archaeological reasons. In 30 years' time, bones such as these may come into play in territorial claims. For this pristine wilderness, nations are quietly and sometimes not so quietly preparing to stake their rights as the owners of swaths of the nearly uninhabitable land. Lots of people just don't understand that there's a darker side to Antarctica, says Klaus Dodds, professor of geopolitics at Royal Holloway University of London. What we're seeing is a great power politics play out in space that a lot of people think of as just frozen waste. The Antarctic Treaty System was first signed in 1959, but in 1998, a protocol on environmental protection was added. It states that Antarctica is to be a natural reserve devoted to peace and science and prohibits all activities relating to Antarctic mineral resources such as is necessary for scientific research, but this is not set in stone forever. In 2048, 50 years after the protocol was created, this part of the treaty could come under review. That is the date when the prohibition on mining and resource extraction could and it's a big could, be altered or done away with, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they want to start digging. Let me get to this part. You need to know this. 7 nations laid overlapping claims on Antarctic. And all it is Antarctic. You got the Arctic, which is north, and Antarctic, which denotes the south. So there's another fun fact. I thought they had muted my mic again. I looked down, what the fuck? But this time I'm just lit. So, so there's a treaty, blah, blah, blah. And when the treaty was adopted, you got Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, New Zealand, Norway, and the UK. The treaty held all these claims in place and prohibited any new ones from being established. The treaty also puts any expansion to territorial claims to Antarctica on hold. All right, so they got the treaties, blah, blah, blah. Dead 20-year-old Chilean bitch.
Well, the Peloponnese is an island. As far as I know, that's true. No woman
has never been seen by a woman, and that's
of Antarctica, which are part of Antarctica.
I've
Then
heard
between there and Cape Horn.
I've heard it said that there are 7 continents in the world, and one of them has never been seen by a woman, and that's Antarctica. Is that actually true?
Well, if the Peloponnese is an island, as far as I know, that's true. No woman's ever stepped foot upon the Antarctic continent, and it's the most peaceful place in the world.
Well, I'm sure that won't last very long. I understand that now that you're working with the Arnold Bread Company in charge of frozen foods now. Is there any future for frozen foods down these frozen extremities?
Well, I think the human race can be helped by that. This was thought out by Dean Arnold, who's, in my opinion, a great humanitarian. He learned that we went down there after 4 or 5 years and finished a meal that we had left there on the table when we had evacuated Little America. Everything was perfect, including the bread. So he got the idea of this frozen bread, and already he sent some to Europe, and it worked very well over there for some of the starving people. So you can store it down in the Antarctic and against the lean years, and you wouldn't have any people in the world really starving if you did that.
Yes, in the event of an atomic war.
You'd stay there forever.
Admiral, you speak of the resources of Antarctica. What are they? What are the natural resources there?
Well, we've found enough of coal within 180 miles of the South Pole in a great ridge of mountains. It's not covered with snow, enough to supply the whole world for quite a while.
Well,
that's the coal. Now, there's evidence of many other minerals.
And man, y'all call goddamn Gucci Mane a clone. Y'all ain't gonna call this motherfucking nigga no gray alien. Shout out Gucci Mane. Wow. Yeah, he a gray. He came back a gray dog, didn't he? Ain't that what y'all into? This nigga right here is a whole motherfucking gray boy. Now I see what my granddaddy was talking about. Cause this nigga like a straight gray boy. Let's read a quick little fun fact about hold on, let me make sure I ain't muted, man. Let's read a fun fact about old Dickie here. What do we have here? What does this say? You know, you can do your own research on this. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Admiral Richard Byrd was an active Freemason. He was raised and became a Master Mason in Federal Lodge Number 1, Washington, D.C. on March 19th, 1921, and affiliated with Kane Lodge Number 454, New York City, September 18th, 1928. He was a member of National Sojourners Chapter Number 3 at Washington. In 1930, Byrd was awarded a gold medal by Kane Lodge. In 1931, Byrd became a compatriot of the Tennessee Society of the Sons of the American Revolution, which we also know to later become the Improved Order of Red Men. He was assigned state membership number 605 and national membership number 50430. He received the Society's War Service Medal for his service during the First World War. He was also a member of numerous other patriotic, scientific, and charitable organizations, of course. including the Explorers Club, the American Legion, and the National Geographic Society. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little of that in the mix. So let's read the diary. Diary of a Great Alien. Put some aliens in the chat if this nigga look like a goddamn gray. All right, check it out. It says, back to the diary. This is a request to anyone out there. If any of you have heard of a book called The Secret Diary of Admiral Byrd, then please tell me where you got it. I heard that it's about the inner Earth. It's supposed to be about an Arctic expedition. If you've read anything about it, then you'll know that Admiral Byrd was sent by President Hoover to examine the potential of mining the Arctic poles for uranium. If any of you have this file, then please give me your address. I'd like to send you a floppy disk to get a copy of it. Thanks. Yesterday, I received this diary, Admiral Byrd flight over the North Pole. After reviewing the copy of this diary, I noticed there was no copyright on it. So I decided to share this interesting account for others. So nobody can seem to find this book that was just, what's the word? Motherfuckers was just finding. And that's kind of how my, our next video is gonna, it's interesting how they kind of like put breadcrumbs out here for these motherfuckers. So yeah, I wanted to get to the root of the diary, like, because everybody's doing these whole long goddamn 4-5 hour motherfucking videos about, oh, the Admiral Byrd, the diaries of Admiral Byrd, and you know the diary, bro. This nigga, I'm gonna show y'all. Bro, I could read the whole diary in goddamn 10 minutes, some shit. Anyway, let's go. Flight to the land beyond the North Pole. Let's talk about it, nigga. But I can't be wasting time because, as you know, tomorrow is National Incredible Hawk Day. You know what I'm talking about? So make sure you goddamn subscribe to the Unconquered Tribe. The flight to the land beyond the North Pole. The reader of the following documentation should find a striking example of dire devotion, especially when one considers that the log diary was written in the year 1947 in the months of February and March, under circumstances that evidently defied the imagination and credibility for those times as any others. Here is dealt with the evident answers, the origin of the so-called UFOs, as well as the hollow earth, or as the Admiral described, the land beyond the poles. The reader will relive that period as he reads the document. Bro, what's with the fucking witchcraft, my nigga? Can I just read the goddamn shit? No, I won't. You see how motherfuckers say the reader will relive that period? No, I won't. You're lying. Shut the fuck up. Admiral Richard Byrd, diary, March 27th. The Inner Earth, my secret diary. I must write this diary in secrecy and obscurity. It concerns my Arctic flight of the 19th day of February in the year of 1947. There comes a time when the rationality of men must fade into insignificance and one must accept the inevitability of truth. I am not at liberty to disclose the following documentation at this writing. Perhaps it shall never see the light of public scrutiny, but I must do my duty and record here for all who read one day in a world of greed and exploitation of certain mankind can no longer suppress that which is truth. Flight log, base camp, Arctic, 2/19/1947, 0600 hours. All preparations are complete for our flight northward, and we are airborne with fuel tanks at 6 blah, blah, blah. Bro, this shit is fake, man, nigga. This book and log. Okay, let's get to the good shit. From this point, I write all the following events here from from memory. It defies the imagination and would seem all but madness if it had not happened. The radio man and I are taken from the aircraft, and we received a most cordial manner. We were then boarded a small platform-like conveyance with no wheels. It moves us towards here. Let me go back to the goddamn glowing city. I'm goddamn spoiler alert. This bullshit. You niggas biting down on this shit, bro. Yeah, I got to do my job, my nigga. Like, with all due respect. Hold on. Y'all can argue about the shit in the motherfucking comments. Bullshit, motherfucker. Encountering... Here, let's go back. We are crossing over the small mountain range and still proceeding northward as best as can be ascertained. Beyond the mountain range is what appears to be a valley with a small river or stream running through the certain portion. There should be no green valley below. Something is definitely wrong and abnormal here. We should be over ice and snow. To this port side are great forests growing on the mountain slopes. Our navigation instruments are still spinning. The gyroscope is oscillating back and forth. The next log. I alter altitude to 1,400 feet and execute a sharp left turn to better examine the valley below. It is green with either moss or a type of tight-knit grass. The light here seems different. I cannot see the sun anymore. We make another left turn and we spot what seems to be a large animal of some kind below us. It appears to be an elephant. No! It looks more like a mammoth. This is incredible, yet there it is. Decreases altitude to 1,000 feet and take binoculars to better examine the animal. It is confirmed it is definitely a mammoth-like animal. Report this to base camp. The following log goes on to say, encountering more rolling green hills now. The external temperature indicator reads 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Continuing, I put an exclamation point on that motherfucker today. I mean a question mark. Yeah, it is a fucking question mark. Continuing on our heading now, navigation instruments seem normal now. I am puzzled over their action. Attempt to contact base. Radio is not functioning. Countryside below is more level than normal, if I may use that word. Ahead we spot what seems to be a city. 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation points. So I don't know if I said that loud enough. Oh yeah, we're losing the agents, man. The agents are giving up seats, man. Share the live stream. Yeah, get the fuck on with this bullshit. Our radio crackles. Yeah, I'm skipping. Our radio crackles and a voice comes through in English with what perhaps is a slight Nordic or German accent. Well, that's a beautiful thing. At least they speak English, you know. Where my nigga at? At least they speak English. You know what I'm saying? They speak English.
You're killing me. Next caller.
Our radio crackles and a voice comes through in English with what perhaps is a slight Nordic or German accent. Oh, definitely the Aryans. Who else could it be in the center of the earth? But the supreme pale-faced, blonde-haired race, right? According to, you know. I can't with this shit, bro. The message is, welcome, Admiral, to our domain. We shall land you in exactly 7 minutes. Relax, Admiral. You are in good hands. Oh, of course. I mean, they are Nordic. They probably have blonde hair and blue eyes, so there's nothing to worry about. It's not like they're niggas or Indians, aboriginals, or anything like that. They're German, slight German accent. The fuck is this, bro? Another radio message received. Oh, hold on. I note the engines of our plane have stopped running. The aircraft is under some strange control and is now turning itself. The controls are useless. 1140. Another radio message received. We begin the landing process now. Hold on. It took, so they was floating in the air. Okay, 5 minutes. We began the landing process now, and in moments, the plane shuddered slightly and begins a descent as though caught in some great unseen elevator. The downward motion is negligible, and we touch down with only a slight jolt. I'm making a hasty last entry in the flight log. Several men are approaching on foot toward our aircraft. They are tall with blonde hair. Surfers, apparently. In the distance is a large shimmering city pulsating with rainbow hues of color. I do not know what is going to happen now, but I see no signs of weapons on those approaching. I hear now a voice ordering me by my name to open the cargo door. I comply and log. From this point, I write all the following events from memory. It defies the imagination. It would seem all but madness if it had not happened. The radio man and I are taken from the aircraft, and we are received in a most cordial manner. We were then boarded on a small platform-like conveyance with no wheels. It moves us towards the glowing city with great swiftness as we approach. The city seems to be made of a crystal material. Soon we arrive at a large building. That is a type I have never seen before. It appears to be right out of the design board of Frank Lloyd Wright, actually. Another Freemason friend of mine. Oh, that was my own inclusions. Or perhaps more correctly, out of a Buck Rogers setting. We are given some type of warm beverage which tasted like nothing I have ever savored before. It is delicious. After about 10 minutes, two of our wondrous appearing hosts come to our quarters and announce that I am to accompany them. I have no choice but to comply. I leave my radio man behind and we walk a short distance and enter into what seems to be an elevator. We descend downward for some moment. The machine stops and the door lifts silently upward. We then proceed down a long hallway that is lit by rose-colored light that seems to be emanating from the very walls themselves. So they had LED lighting. These niggas, I think these niggas found a club in motherfucking Antarctica. That explains the 20-year-old. She probably didn't have any ID. We descended downward for some moments. The machine stops and the door lifts silently upward. We then proceed down a long hallway that is lit by a rose-colored light that seems to be emanating from the very walls themselves. One of the beings motioned for us to stop before a great door. Over the door is an inscription that I cannot read. The great door slides noiselessly open, and I am beckoned to enter. One of my hosts speaks. "Have no fear, Admiral. You are to have an audience with the master." I step inside, and my eyes adjust to the beautiful coloration that seems to be filling the room completely. Then I begin to see my surroundings. What greeted my eyes is the most beautiful sight of my entire existence. It is in fact too beautiful and wondrous to describe. It is exquisite and delicate. I do not think there exists a human term that can describe it in any detail with justice. Even though this nigga whole book, the fucking To the Pole shit, is like a fucking 9,000 page book. So, I don't know. It seemed like you were right, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be the pamphlet. You know what I'm saying? When you go find a nigga book. I ain't even funny. Go ahead. Go disprove me. Because I'm not even going to direct you, because by the time you get done trying to disprove me, you'll be like, fuck it, this nigga's right. More Freemason foolery. Journey to the Secret Land, Freemasonry on Ice. Another motherfucking Disney production. And this shit just spinning out of control. Just spinning out of control, wasting our fucking time. But here I am. Tribe. You know what I'm talking about? We in the war together, my nigga. Yeah, dig.
You're killing me. Next caller.
I step inside, and my eyes adjust to the beautiful coloration that seems to be filling the room completely. Then I begin to see my surroundings. What greeted my eyes is the most beautiful sight of my entire existence. It is, in fact, too beautiful and wondrous to describe. It is exquisite and delicate. I do not think there exists a human term that can describe it in any details with justice. My thoughts are interrupted. This nigga is real poetic, as opposed to this fucking straightforward goddamn gray alien we watching on these videos, but I digress. You know, comment. I do not think there exists a human term that can describe it in any detail with justice. My thoughts are interrupted in a cordial manner by a warm, rich voice of melodious quality. I bid you welcome to our domain, Admiral. I see a man with delicate features and with the etchings of years upon his face. He is seated at a long table. Who is this nigga, like Khalil Gibran or some motherfucker? Like, this is not the same fucking nigga, bro. This is, what the fuck? It's not, Hold on. This the same nigga that wrote this.
We're pretty sure there's oil. Now, that coal shows the bottom of the well. Now, by far the coldest spot in the world. Where that coal is gets 100 below zero in the winter.
Well,
it was once tropical. So we think there's oil there, and there's evidence, probably uranium there.
is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to...
Why did this Freemason ass nigga right here look like he trying to do some hand gestures because he snitched? Because he gonna watch him, he gonna back out of saying the uranium. I watched the video, and he's like, goddamn nigga, you shut the fuck up. He did a little more, because I'm like, this nigga answered in a motherfucker over there. He did a goddamn little Freemason shit. This nigga look like the little Freemason nigga in the goddamn, when you look up the little hand signs and shit. This nigga Groucho Marx ass nigga over here. Where he at?
We're pretty sure there's oil. Now, that coal shows the bottom of the well. Now, by far the coldest spot in the world. Where that coal is, oil there.
Is it any...
There's evidence, probably uranium there.
Now you see that little motherfucking wicked ass smile? They trying to run up a check, bro. This nigga don't give a fuck about no aliens. That's enough to scare a motherfucker away from that motherfucker. Watch this.
Probably uranium there.
Y'all seen that
Is
little
it any
smirk?
secret? Is there uranium?
Once tropical.
That's how the banker smiled when he took your motherfucking ancestor land. Don't forget to join the club, man. Over at Clubhouse, Aboriginal America, man. Hit the greenhouse if you're already in the building. Tribe. I was kind of like, is this something to be building on with the Aboriginal, you know what I'm saying, Americans? And I'm like, yeah, man, because, like, I see, you know what I'm saying, everybody kind of biting on this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, well, shit, I want to know, nigga, where the motherfucking Hollow Earth at? Hold on, Freemason, check him out.
So we think there's oil and there's evidence, probably uranium there.
Is it any secret?
He's too happy he found the uranium. That's the check. Check him out. Y'all tripping, boy.
Once tropical. So we think there's oil there and there's evidence, probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually go after, I suppose. Any secret is...
Hey, this nigga, why his homeboy, I'm sorry you can't see it on Clubhouse, but this nigga done just put his motherfucking hand on his hip like...
Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to...
Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually go after, I suppose.
Uranium there.
Is it any...
Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would...
Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually go after, I suppose. Everything else would be economically unfeasible, wouldn't it?
Well, as we recklessly expend our resources, the time will come when we'll have to...
See, you gotta watch his eyes. He looking at the other nigga. The nigga got pissed. He gonna back. He gonna say, well, maybe it ain't no uranium there.
We'll have to go after that stuff down there.
Well,
you know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to have the world. We'll have to go avoid what you...
This nigga say he voided, y'all. I'm telling you, nigga, this shit been going on, bro. All this same shit. How you think he got the interview, nigga? Man, you niggas, come on, bro. Can you get an interview on goddamn Larry King? No, nigga, you can't, because you don't fucking know the handshake, stupid. Hey, bro, this nigga straight did the goddamn handler shit on this nigga. What year is this, nigga? Goddamn 1433, nigga. He straight did the hand gesture on this nigga and told him to shut the fuck up, bro. The nigga doing the Freemason shit on this nigga, bro.
Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually go after, I suppose. Everything else would be economically unfeasible, wouldn't it?
Well, as we recklessly expend our resources, the time will come when we'll have to go after that stuff down there. Well, you know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to have the world fighting over the Antarctica to go after that stuff down there.
Actually go after, I suppose.
Well, where that coal is gets 100 below zero, and there's evidence, probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually go after, I suppose. Everything else would be economically unfeasible, wouldn't it?
Well, as we recklessly expend our resources, the time will come when we'll have to go after that stuff down there. Well, you know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to have the world... You know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want stuff down there. Well, you know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to have the world fighting over the Antarctica.
Admiral, is there...
Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium...
To go after that stuff. Well, as we recklessly expend our resources, the time will come when we'll have to go after that stuff down there. Well, you know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to have the world fighting. Recklessly expend our resources, the time...
Actually go after,
Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually go after, I suppose. Everything else...
Uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually...
Uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical...
Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to... Any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical... Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to...
Now, by far the coldest spot, below zero in the winter. Probably uranium there.
Is it any secret? Is there uranium there? That would be the only thing that would be practical to actually go after, I suppose. Everything else would be economically unfeasible, wouldn't it?
Well, as we recklessly expend our resources, the time will come when we'll have to go after that stuff down there. Well, you know, I avoided what you said about uranium. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to have the world fighting over the Antarctica.
Admiral, is there a competition among other information about Antarctica and possibly to secure...
Y'all still don't know what's going on in the world, my nigga. Look, he doing his triangle right there. Well, see, back in the day, motherfuckers didn't have a book to know where motherfuckers was coming with this shit. It's so outlandish that you couldn't make it up. Let's read a little more from the diary. I step inside and my eyes adjust to the beautiful to the beautiful coloration that seems to be filling the room completely. Then I begin to see my surroundings. What greeted my eyes is the most beautiful sight of my entire existence. It is, in fact, too beautiful and wondrous to describe. It is exquisite and delicate. I do not think that there exists a human term that can describe it in any detail with justice. My thoughts are interrupted. Oh, my fucking God. Blah, 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 blah. We have let you enter here. Now, this is, one of the blonde-haired Nordic surfers with the German accent. I don't know, man. Aquaman comes to mind, perhaps. We have let you enter here because you are of noble character and well known on the surface world, Admiral. Surface world, I have gasp under my breath. Yes, the master replies with a smile, you are in the domain of Ariani, the inner world of the earth. We shall not long delay your mission, and you will be safely escorted back to the surface and for a distance beyond. But now, Admiral, I shall tell you why you have been summoned here. Our interest rightly begins just after your race exploded the first atomic bombs over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. Now, see, it's a whole lot of shit that conspiracy shit you niggas be goddamn giving ear to, and all this shit start from the same motherfucking place. You know what I'm saying? Same shit, man. Hey, man, we did just catch that nigga just goddamn hand signal this nigga. So even if this nigga saying he saw this shit, this nigga is a fucking, what's the word? Pathological fucking liar. This nigga just said two opposite things back to back in 1 fucking minute as soon as this bitch ass nigga gave him a hand gesture. So this nigga can't be trusted. This fake ass goddamn 5-page diary. This nigga only wrote 5 fucking pages about this shit, bro. This shit's like 5 pages or some shit, my nigga. Like, it's a fucking pamphlet, my nigga. Like, fucking Join the Skinhead book or some shit. Fuck, bro. But all this shit comes from one place. And ta-da, nigga, the same fucking... What is this shit called? Same old motherfucking wicked seed. He said, well, you know, there might be uranium down there. Oh, well, I void what I said. You void what you said. The fuck is this nigga talking about? He voided. This nigga said, I void what I just said. Y'all heard him?
You're killing me. Next caller.
Hey, you know, after reading that and seeing that, because, you know, a lot of times when I do this shit, man, like, I don't really put it together until, like, I be building with y'all. Let's see what this. It's already paused. We just caught this nigga just say a goddamn forked tongue lie. And look, this nigga creepy as shit. This must be the same one. I think we fast forwarded past the intro. This nigga Freemason handler. Let's see how they introduce this nigga.
May I introduce our co-editors for this edition of the Longines Chronoscope? Larry Lasser, CBS News correspondent.
Okay, now, so boom. He just called them niggas the co-editors. So they edit and goddamn why the nigga sit here talking. No, nigga, edit that out, nigga. Check him out.
Good evening, this is Frank Knight. May I introduce our co-editors for this edition of the Longines Chronoscope? Larry Lasser, CBS News correspondent, and Kenneth Crawford, National Affairs Editor of Newsweek magazine. Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Week magazine.
I don't even know what emoji we could put in the chat for the count. Who is this nigga, man? It got some bats. Is it a bat emoji for this vampire ass nigga? You know, he in the motherfucking Hollow Earth Society. Over there worshiping that motherfucking cow with them motherfucking titties out. As above, so below, cow, bitch. This nigga the editor for Newsweek, nigga. This the niggas is putting the news out. 100 years ago. Got you niggas talking about this shit now. So I don't know. It's just kind of, you know, I'm just, like I said, I'm just being critical thinker. Just putting it all out there. But I know this nigga, this gray alien, all these niggas like some grays. My granddaddy is right, man. Man, the most high elevated status from paradise forever. I mean, man, because the nigga was right. These niggas is all some gray boys. Straight grays. He threw up the sign on this nigga, told the nigga, shut the fuck up. And the nigga said, oh, no.
National Affairs Editor of Newsweek magazine. Affairs Editor Larry Lasser, CBS News correspondent, and Kenneth Crawford, National Affairs Editor of Newsweek magazine. Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
The North Pole used to be a no man's land, but these are the days when the Arnold Bread Company in charge of frozen foods now. Is there?
As I said, it's the most peaceful place in the world, but I don't think it will be for long. Because of this intense interest.
Are there that many?
That nigga under pressure, you see him? Is that the goddamn I fucked up, please come help me, goddamn Masonic hand gesture? I don't know him all. Let me check the chat, maybe the chat no. This nigga high degree too. I ain't even gotta read it back. That nigga had a degree at all the goddamn colleges. Hey, but look, he fucking up with dude, the editor. And he know it. He know they finna go exploit that motherfucker. That's why nigga, he talking about, I don't think it will be for long. This shit about something deeper than all this old spin-off ass, fucking Nordic ass, Aryan, goddamn Madame Blavatsky ass shit. with the master. Yes, my son. Yes, my son, replied the master. I mean, it's right in the fucking book, my nigga. Like, man, what is we doing over here, man? The fuck is we doing over here?
Giving you more what you hoping for. You ain't hoping in the Lord, huh? You hoping in vain, material, superficial shit. That's why you can't see me, house niggas. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Bitch, I'm flowing straight from the survival scroll. Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
I digress. Hey man, look. I want to go see the goddamn motherfucking The Wizard of Oz, but you know, I don't need a heart. I don't need a brain on it. I got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'll go searching. And all I find is fucking Freemasons. I don't ask for this shit. You know what I'm saying, my nigga? Like, all I find is goddamn witchcraft and goddamn... Anyway.
And so,
Look, even the nigga who channeled this video on, he on this old bullshit.
We don't do much about claiming anything.
Admiral, you make this sound a little crowded. Are there that many expeditions now there or en route there?
And so,
I don't know if y'all... I know you can't see it on Clubhouse, so please, you could go watch the playback on Hawk School or on Aboriginal America. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, you can always join the conversation at Aboriginal America Tribe. But yeah, this nigga got this nigga pressed. He getting pressed by the goddamn big boy Freemason niggas at Newsweek. He's sweating. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he said, I don't think it's going to be safe for long.
We don't do much about claiming anything.
Admiral, you make this sound a little crowded. Are there that many expeditions now there or en route there? Are there that many are there that many expeditions now there or en route there? Are there that many expeditions now there or en route there?
Well, you know, as I said, it's the most peaceful place in the world, but I don't think it will be for long.
Are there that many expeditions now there or en route there?
Well, you know, as I said, it's the most peaceful place in the world, but I don't think it will be for long because of this intense interest on the part of other nations and this nation.
Well, Admiral Byrd, are private expeditions a thing of the past? Is expedition and exploration, making expedition and exploration now purely a government function because of the tremendous cost and organization?
No, I don't think so. I think down south, it may be more or less a thing of the past. I think so. I think down south. I think so. I think down south. I think so. It may be more or less a thing of the past. It may be more or less a thing of the past, but not other expeditions that go there. A lot of them go north now.
This latest expedition now on the way is a government expedition, I take it.
Yes, that's the government. Yes, that's the government.
Byrd, may I ask you...
It's a government expedition, I take it.
Yes, that's the government.
Byrd, may I ask you, is there a great difference between the top of the world and the bottom of the world?
There is. Now, the North Pole is the center of an ocean 10,000 feet deep. The South Pole, the center of a plateau 10,000 feet high. The North Polar Sea is surrounded by continents that are slightly frozen. The Antarctic continent is surrounded by a belt of ice frozen seas of at least 1,200 miles thick. Now, the south is a plateau. It gets, in some places, 14,000 feet up. I've been over areas about 13,000, and it's a little bit chilly up there. So there's that big difference between the top and bottom of the world. The north really isn't very cold up there on the Arctic Ocean.
Not compared to the south. Admiral Byrd, we often hear it said that our young Americans now aren't as hardy as their forefathers. We often hear it said that
on the Arctic Ocean.
Not compared to the south. Admiral Byrd, we often hear
difference between the top and bottom of the world. The north really isn't very cold up there on the Arctic Ocean.
Not compared to the south. Admiral Byrd, we often hear.
Yeah, y'all see him throwing up his shit. Yeah, like I was saying though, a lot of this shit I just kind of pieced together. Yeah, see, this shit is all over everywhere. Flight log. Here go a copy of it right here. Fandom. This shit everywhere. The Diary of Admiral Byrd. This ain't fucking bullshit. Where is it? Here, I'm gonna post it in the chat. Yo, peace to the tribes. If you're just not tuning in, man, make sure you share the live stream, you know. Hey, man, the truth don't care who tell it. You know what I'm talking about? Can't be having niggas, wasting niggas' time talking about this old goddamn Freemason-ass bullshit. Keep it all the way 100, bro. Straight up. Hold on. Cause I look, nigga, and all I find is some goddamn Freemasonry and a goddamn dead dog, some motherfucking cows, Asbel, so below, goddamn titties out shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. This same old motherfucking witchcraft. This nigga lying back to back, one fucking breath. Hold on, let's read some more. It is intriguing. Let's read some more. Let's put this bitch with it. So you know what we doing. The Hollow Earth Society for all y'all. You know, no disrespect, you know, if that's what you into. You know what I'm saying? But my bitch would have to put a shirt on. Respectfully. Yes, my son, replied the master. The dark ages that will come now for your race will cover the earth like a pall. But I believe that some of your race will live through the storm. Beyond that, I cannot say. We see at a great distance a new world stirring from the ruins of your race, seeking its lost and legendary treasures, and there will be here, my son, safe in our keeping when that time arrives. We shall come forward again to help revive your culture and your race. Perhaps by then you will have learned the futility of war and its strife, and after that time certain of your culture and science will be returned for your race to begin anew. You, my son, are to return to the surface world with this message. With these closing words, our meeting seemed at an end. I stood for a moment as in a dream, but yet I knew this was reality. And for some strange reason, I bowed slightly, either out of respect or humility. I do not know which. Suddenly, I was again aware that the two beautiful hosts who had brought me here were again at my side. This way, Admiral, motion one. I turned once before leaving and looked back toward the master. A gentle smile was etched on his delicate and ancient face. Farewell, my son, he spoke. Then he gestured with a lovely, slender hand of motion of peace, and our meeting was truly ended. Quickly we walked back through the great door of the master's chamber and once again entered into the elevator. The door slid silently downward and we were once again upward. Downward, upward. As above, so below, looking ass nigga. One of my hosts spoke again. We must now make haste, Admiral, as the master desires to delay you no longer on your scheduled timetable, and you must return with this message to your race. I said nothing. All of this was almost beyond belief, and once again my thoughts were interrupted as we stopped. I entered the room and was again with my radio man. He had an anxious expression on his face. As I approached, I said, "It is all right, Howie. It is all right." "It's cool, Howie." The two beings motioned us toward the awaiting conveyance. We boarded and soon arrived back at the aircraft. The engines were idling and we boarded immediately. The whole atmosphere seemed charged now with a certain air of urgency. After the cargo door was closed, the aircraft was immediately lifted by the unseen force until we reached an altitude of 2,700 feet. Two of the aircraft were alongside for some distance, guiding us on our return way. I must state here, the airspeed indicator registered no reading. Yet we were moving along at a very rapid rate. The next log says, a radio message comes through. "We are leaving you now, Admiral. Your controls are free." Auf Wiedersehen. Some fucking German word, I don't know. So apparently they are bilingual. We watched for a moment as the Fluglerrads disappeared into the pale blue sky. The aircraft suddenly felt as though caught in a sharp downdraft for a moment. We quickly recovered her control. We do not speak for some time. Each man has his thoughts. Entry and flight log continues. We are again over vast areas of ice and snow and approximately 27 minutes from base camp. We radio them, they respond. We report all conditions normal. Normal. Base camp expresses relief at our reestablished contact. We land smoothly at base camp. I have a mission. End log entries. March 11, 1947, I have just attended a staff meeting at the Pentagon. I have stated fully my discovery and the message from the master. All is duly recorded. The president has been advised. I am now detained for several hours, 6 hours, 39 minutes to be exact. I am interviewed intently by top security forces and a medical team. It was an ordeal. 4 exclamation points. Not sure I said it loud enough. Please share the live stream. We have some open seats. 3 agents just left. I am placed under strict control via the national security provisions of the United States of America. I am ordered to remain silent in regard to all that I have learned on the behalf of humanity. Incredible. I am reminded that I am a military man and I must obey orders. Final entry. These last few years elapsed since 1947 have not been kind. I now make my final entry in this singular diary. In closing, I must state that I have faithfully kept to this matter secret as directed all these years. It has been completely against my values of moral right. Now I seem to sense the long night coming on, and this secret will not die with me, but as all truth shall, it will triumph, and it so shall. This can be the only hope for mankind. I have seen truth, and it quickened my spirit and has set me free. I have done my duty toward the monstrous military-industrial complex. Now the long night begins to approach, but there shall be no end. Just as the long night of the Arctic ends, the brilliant sunshine of truth shall come again. Oh, the rising of the sun. And those who are of darkness shall fall in its light. For I have seen that land beyond the pole, that center of the great unknown. Admiral Richard E. Byrd, United States Navy, 24 December 1956. So, yeah, there's the book. We read it. It's over. This bitch titties are still out. Oh, man. This shit's too easy. I got all types of stuff. I studied so much shit. But it's like, we already figured it out. Here, let's play this video, it was very odd to me when I found this video, which, Very, very odd. This is Paul Harvey's The Rest of the Story, and it's titled Admiral Richard Byrd Never Left the Nest. And apparently it only has 87 views. Let's see what old Paul Harvey has to say about this.
Plane, a trimotor private plane. Dick and Floyd boarded. It was the morning of May 9. Dick and Floyd boarded their airplane, a trimotor private craft. Nobody else on board, just Dick and Floyd. Neither was the best aviator in the world. Technically, Floyd was to be the pilot on this particular trip, yet not even he was a competent instrument navigator. Floyd was among the flyers of the old school. He followed rivers and railroad tracks rather than omni-rangers and geographical coordinates. Even takeoff was kind of a chore that morning. Finally, after several unsuccessful attempts, somebody on the ground offered Floyd a suggestion or two, and the plane did manage to stagger into the air. But then it wasn't long before they discovered the oil leak. Starboard engine was drooling. Floyd did not seem too worried, not right away anyway. Dick was really biting his nails. Dick said, "We're going back." You'll want to remember, it was Dick who first wanted to go back, and it was not a suggestion, it was an order. They were then about 10 miles north.
Now, how much you niggas getting all goddamn giddy over there, all you agents? Dick is Richard Byrd. That's what he's talking about, all right? Stay with the group.
To the runway from which they had departed. So, Floyd banked the plane and started back. But after a mile or so, Dick reconsidered. The oil leak was diminishing. Maybe we won't lose that engine after all, Dick said. Well, they did not. The leak stopped. Floyd asked what now, and Dick appeared puzzled. And while he was making up his mind, they just flew back and forth. And back and forth. And back and forth. Nowhere in particular. Just back and forth. The two men discussed where they might go. Maybe here, maybe there. No decision was reached. Dick took a few pictures with his camera. That got boring in no time. He shuffled some papers he'd brought along, drew some lines, wrote down some numbers. That, too, lost its fascination. Now, I know this is frustrating to you, my listener, not knowing where in the air these two men are nor where they're going. But then they didn't know either. They'd been flying for an hour and a half. Back and forth, round and round. And they, Dick and Floyd, would continue to do the same without landing for 14 hours more. No, they were not attempting to set a record for the most hours aloft. But they had to stay up there. They had to stay out of sight. Otherwise, the whole world would know, as in a moment you will know, the rest of the story. After 15 and a half hours of apparently pointless crisscrossing in the sky, Dick and Floyd returned to the airfield from which they had taken off. Pilot Floyd Bennett, who later quietly confided all you have just learned, the world almost forgot. Dick, the world did not forget because of what he claimed to have done. That day in May 1926, he, Dick, received the National Geographic Society's Hubbard Gold Medal. He received the Congressional Medal of Honor and other awards too numerous to mention. From among the aggregate 15 million people who flocked to see him and to hear him speak, Dick became an international hero for something he said he did. And yet, in fact, something he could never have done. And I don't know how many history books we are rewriting today, but surely much of the world still believes that Dick, the brave explorer of uncharted regions, that he, Commander Richard Evelyn Byrd, did in fact fly over and photograph the North Pole. Well, now you know what really happened on that May 9, 65 years ago. This bird never got more than 15 miles from the nest. And now you know the rest of the story.
Giving you more what you hoping for. You ain't hoping in the Lord, huh? You hoping in vain, material, superficial shit. That's why you can't see me, house niggas. But change your motherfucking mindset. You wanna know why you ain't got shit? Cause you ain't thinking about shit. I come out the door every day with this shit on my mind. I'm gonna give me a bag. Fuck wrong with you? I'm gonna give me some cash. Change your motherfucking mindset, man. You think pennies, you get pennies. Bitch, I'm thinking dollars.
I'm ready.
How can black people rise up and overcome?
How can they rise up and overcome? Well, can they overcome?
That is correct.
Respect, but this is business that needs to be taken care of, you know. Slap on the back is all fine and dandy. Yeah. But it needs